Hi, I'm Bill Serban, Director of the Center for Advancing Teaching and Learning at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. This brief video is about how to reduce college students' test anxiety. Many college students have test anxiety that impairs their performance. For example, this graph shows the exam scores of 168 students in an undergraduate psychology course. High test-anxious students, as indicated by the red bar, had lower scores on all three course exams compared to students with lower test anxiety. Results like these are typical. Test-anxious students underperform on examinations. But recent research has uncovered a way to reduce the negative effects of test anxiety, and the intervention is surprisingly easy to implement in college courses. Research by Professor Sion Beilock and her colleagues at the University of Chicago has shown that test-anxious students who write about their test-related worries for a few minutes just before an examination perform closer to their actual potential, essentially eliminating the negative effects of anxiety. This graph shows the results of a study with two groups of college students. On a low-pressure pretest, the two groups of students scored at the same level. The researchers then created a high-pressure post-test situation. Before taking the post-test, one group, the expressive writing group, was asked to write about their test worries for several minutes. The control group did not do the expressive writing. As the graph indicates, students who wrote about their test-related worries improved their scores on the post-test, while the performance of the control group dropped significantly. If you would like to use the expressive writing strategy in your classes to reduce students' test anxiety, here are 3 recommendations to help you get started. First, you may want to measure the incidence of test anxiety among your students. If so, you can administer the Cognitive Test Anxiety Scale at the start of your course. This is a 27-item questionnaire that assesses the extent of students' cognitive test anxiety. Based on their scores, you can identify the number of students who have relatively high or low test anxiety. Second, use the expressive writing prompt before each test. Give students 5 to 10 minutes to write about their test-related worries. Be sure that students know how the responses will be handled. If you collect the responses, tell them they should be anonymous and will not be graded. Third, track students' performance to see whether the strategy works. Correlate students' anxiety score with their test scores to monitor how the strategy affects students' test performance. If you would like access to the Cognitive Test Anxiety Scale and the expressive writing prompt, go to the website on the screen. And for more information, see these references.